Business news, the top story, day one of the Numsa strike that's expected to send shockwaves across the manufacturing sector. It was marked by protests in different parts of the country, as well as claims of vandalism. Union members marching in Joburg reportedly tried to force their way into the offices of the Steel and Engineering Employers Association. Well, Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene has added his voice to calls for a speedy resolution to the strike. He's warned it could have serious consequences for the economy. Nene says the platinum strike already denting revenue collection, but the extent of that damage is not yet quantified. He was speaking at the launch of tax season.
As you know, because of the migrant labor system, that only doesn't affect the areas where the mines are in terms of the shops being, under severe pressure, but also in the labor sending areas where remittances would normally be going. So without quantifying it, it indeed had a significant impact on the economy. And we trust that, and it's going to take a bit of time for the economy actually to return to its pre-strike performance.
Well, to discuss, we're now joined by Numsa's Gauteng Regional Secretary, Sizwe Dlamini. Thank you for joining us, Sizwe. Why are always claims of vandalism and intimidation? Do you know if these reports of workers trying to storm SABC are true?
They are not true. I was there. In fact, I was in the front march. None of our members have actually tried to do that.
Are you going to really push for a peaceful strike, peaceful protests, especially after what we saw during those 5 months of the platinum strike?
Numsa is a well-known organization nationally. We have been in a number of strikes in the engineering industry, in the motor sector, in the auto manufacturers. We have a track record of discipline, industrial actions in this country. Okay,
so you're going to enforce discipline if necessary?
We are a disciplined organization.
220,000 of your members were expected to down tools. Do we know the scale right now? Are all those workers behind the strike? And are they in it for the long haul, given that they've looked over to the Platinum Belt and seen a very long and painful strike?
The difficulty in our country is that we are still locked up in a colonial wage structure. The Platinum Belt has experienced that. The workers decided that they want to go out of the colonial wage structure. It's the same thing that is confronting Numsa today. The employers' organization in the sector knew very long that we are to engage in the wage negotiations this year.
There were suggestions, if I can quickly touch on this, that you weren't that interested in the wage negotiations, and Numsa was determined to go on strike. Could those wage negotiations not have continued a little longer? Because you don't seem to be miles apart.
It's a misrepresentation of fact, because Numsa submitted its demand as early as March in 2014, and we started engaging with the employers. Employers themselves are fragmented in that one of the steel, the one that is called SABC, and there's another one called NEASA. They have their own politics, which we do not think we must be thrown into those politics. As Numsa, we have submitted clear demands. We are demanding 15% on behalf of our members. But through negotiations, we have been in a position to say to employers, in case our members mandate us to revise an offer, we will be able to talk to our members. If SABC comes on board, we can recommend even to negotiate at a range of 12 to 15% as a settlement package.
So
on a one-year agreement.
You're asking for 15% now? A lot of reporters are saying 12% right now.
I'm saying on a range of 12 to 15 on a one-year package. Remember, employers are insisting on a 3-year wage deal. And if a 3-year wage deal is to be part of the package, it must come at a cost.
Okay,
in
they
any
would want
industry, it must come at a cost.
In the sector. It's interesting what you say, that the employers are divided. SABC, the steel and engineering umbrella body, basically, were they not presenting a united front? And did they give, and you give as well, in the pre-strike negotiations?
They are not presenting a united front. For example, SABC will present their view. There will be NEASA. There will be another group called the Border Group. It's all a reflection of a colonial system in this country and an apartheid formation of a wage structure in our current dispensation.
The whole country is watching the strike right now, Sizwe, with great concern, because our economy went into contraction in the first quarter. Some quarters in business and government even suggesting that you're unpatriotic, that if you really wanted to be part of the problem, you talk rather than strike right now, because our economy is so weak that affects the employed and the unemployed. What is your response to those suggestions?
Quickly, economists determine on GDP. And GDP is calculated quarterly in any country. And if our economy has contracted in the first quarter or maybe the second quarter, it's not as a result of Numsa strike. It's a result of what happened in the economy. It may be mainly because of our economy depends on the mining and finance complex, which we normally call as mineral energy finance complex type of the economy. This is 3
times as big if you look member-wise going on strike. Economists are saying almost as big, if not bigger, impact on our GDP potentially. Even if our GDP picks up, there is no way employers will come to us as Numsa and our members and says, look, the economy has improved. Now we are prepared to top up what we have given to your members. It has never happened. There has been instances when the economy was booming in this country. It's only the owners of capital that have benefited from that economy. Since we're running out of time, last question. Is this political? Because of course there's AMCU and you're struggling to be the umbrella body for workers, fighting in the workers' corner. Then Numsa, strained relations with COSATU and the Tripartite Alliance, and Numsa planning to launch its own political party.
It's not political. There's nothing political on a wage demand of 12 to 15% on a range. There's nothing political on demanding the banning of labor brokers in this country, which is a slavery in its type. There's nothing political in demanding that the industry must transform. There's nothing political in demanding the family responsibility leave, including the career pad, which has been denied to the Africans in particular in this country.
All right, thank you for your time this evening. We will continue to follow the strike. We will be speaking to the manufacturing circle shortly. That was Numsa's Sizwe Dlamini.